Okay. Yeah, what did you think of this, Kat?
I hated this movie.
Oh, God.
I hated it.
Okay.
Because I'm such a big Conjuring fan. It had nothing to do with the devil.
No.
Not really.
I mean,
There's
Where was the devil?
There's a pentagram in there, I think, somewhere.
But that's witches.
hey guys, welcome to McGrew's Reviews. The man of the hour sits across from me. How you doing?
Doing okay.
Before we get started and talking about The Conjuring, we're going to just briefly introduce ourselves. My name is Marco. I'll be the host for today, despite my name not being on the headliner.
Yeah, why don't you get a show with a marquee name?
Because I have two shows, kind of, so.
Put your name on one of them.
It's like, I like brands kind of deal.
Marco's Mongrel Radio.
Nah, too many words.
Okay, well, I tried.
You did.
I tried.
Sitting to my right, hey, I did that right.
Yay, I'm JJ.
Yeah.
And then for the first time here today, on the red mic, we got...
Yeah, special
Cat,
guest.
hi.
So this is our first horror movie that we've ever reviewed.
Right?
I don't count Army of the Dead.
That was not a horror movie. I don't know what that was. It wasn't a horror movie. It was
Someone
just...
on Twitter said that Zack Snyder is if like Michael Bay thought he was making art.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well, I think
accurate.
I think Michael Bay does feel like he's making art. But that's why I put those two in the exact same category. Like directors with a great eye that can't tell a story to save their lives, or has a fetish that, clearly shows up on screen, like Michael Bay's upskirt shots. So I take it you didn't like this.
I like it fine for what it is. It's just...
Okay.
So everyone tells me about this universe. I actually checked out of Conjuring forever ago because Conjuring, to me, is at the same level as Paranormal Activity. Maybe there's...
Oh, no.
no.
Well,
What the fuck?
Maybe I'm wrong.
That's
but it's just,
disrespectful, Marco.
but it's just, to me, it was like, I don't like ghost stories that much because it's like, well, Paranormal Activity literally ruined them. It's like...
Well, it was in the whole found footage craze where all the movies cost like $20,000.
20 cents to make.
Yeah, and so that was supposed to be a big deal. That can moving by itself.
I mean,
but this has a budget. And
this movie has
it's a
serial
real
moving.
narrative, though. I mean, still though, it's.
I would beat a ghost if it dropped my Fruit Loops.
To be fair,
That was a whole full box.
in defense of the first two, they're directed by a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first one in the mainline series that's not directed by James Wan.
It's different than the rest, to be fair.
Also that, yeah.
I can tell that in the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I should go back, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I would.
Okay.
The first two
I would say
actually
this is more of a movie, like this is more of a like dip your toe into supernatural horror kind of movie because it's not really scary.
No.
For most of it, it almost
And
plays
you can actually look up the case.
right, and for most of it, it actually plays out more like a murder mystery rather
Yeah.
than like a horror movie.
It's more suspense than it is
Right,
horror.
yeah.
And the others are just straight creep fest. Like that's all about it. Like they use the same tricks in this one. And if you're familiar with this universe, then when it's complete and utter dead silence, you're getting a little
Ghosts.
Yeah, but their trademark, what makes this whole franchise, what gave this franchise the legs to have all these fucking movies, is it knows how to do horror set pieces, not just a quick scare. It sets up the scare, cranks up the anxiety, and then it comes at you. And I mean, we've seen it like 8 times now. If you
if
been
you
in
count
this
the
series.
spin-offs.
Yeah, so you're very familiar with it. So in this movie, it just feels like we got to do this. It's kind of by the numbers. Like, all right, time to do that. So
Yes.
kill the noise, get into a quiet place mode, and we're gonna scare you, and then we'll move
It feels like James Wan left his playbook, and then this dude was like, "All right, hang on, let me."
Yeah.
It's
But
like
those
the
were
dude from The
mandated.
Water Boy.
Yeah.
The other coach.
It's like when Bill. Never mind. I'm not gonna make a Patriots joke. So I think a lot of people that have been telling me that are fans of this movie were bored with it because it's like, oh, this is the same playbook, like y'all are saying. The first 15 minutes was pretty awesome for me.
The movie opens with a climax, basically.
Yeah.
It's a climax of a movie you didn't see. I guess Conjuring 2.5.
That's what I thought I was going to watch. I thought it was all about saving that little boy, and it's like, nope.
No. They get that out of the way within the first 15 minutes.
The other two are about like saving a kid.
Yeah.
And that
Is it that kid?
No, it's
No.
not
No,
that
different
kid.
kids.
It's different
every
kids.
time. Demons like children, apparently.
Yeah.
Demons love children. I don't know why.
Because humans don't,
Yeah, true.
or at least millennials.
It's like, when people...
I don't know. I'd sell my soul
Wait, for a child?
Or not
No.
to have a child.
to not have student loans.
Oh,
Don't do that here. Summon that demon at home.
we need 6.
Fucking water's gonna start moving and shit.
We need 6 black candles. I think that's what I learned, and a stone mask stone altar that's really hard to break.
Yeah. A legit stone altar. Like, you have to get that shit imported.
Right.
Like, it's serious.
Look, the movie has a lot of plot holes, but when it got to
Some
that
weird
part,
plot holes in this movie.
I was like, damn, that is a handy ass fucking priest because it's got like lighting and air conditioning and shit down there.
Airflow? Like,
It was like the studio.
it was. It was like an ancient looking studio. And it's like, oh, you put work into this. Like,
Oh, here's a convenient place to go.
I mean,
do
unless
these
she
bad
summoned
things.
demons to do
Yeah.
it for like contracted some demons.
just so happens to be a fucking demon museum upstairs for whatever I need, No need to travel. Like, it's perfect, right? For any Satan worshipper / witch.
That was the,
Was that...
that was the easiest. I didn't even think about how easy that location is.
Very convenient, right?
Because the first time you see the altar, it's like propped up by books, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, JJ, what are your first impressions? Like, is this your third one, fourth one? Because I think you'd see like La Llorona and stuff like that.
I skipped most of the offshoot ones. I saw Annabelle 2 and 3, which were okay.
There's 3 of them.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
a
there's
trilogy. It's its own thing now.
Annabelle 3 is kind of like Conjuring 2.5 or 1.5 because it takes place in their house.
Mm-hmm.
And it also suffers from like very bad horror movie tropes of like dumb teenagers. Because the daughter like invites friends over or some shit and they're like, oh, you live in the spooky house with the creepy dolls.
So,
Let's go fuck with them.
whoa, I haven't seen any of the Annabelle movies. I clocked out. I was like, I'm
1
good.
sucks, 2 is okay.
So 3 is with the Warren's daughter?
3 is with the Warren's daughter.
Do they
and
make it a cameo?
they show up like at the
Of
beginning and at
course
the
they
end.
do. So that is like the Conjuring 2.5.
Yeah.
They should have advertised it as that.
And
'cause I would have saw
it's
it.
still fun. It's still a fun
They
movie.
should have advertised all of them as The Conjuring, Annabelle, The Conjuring, Annabelle 2. Like,
Yeah.
Because I might have seen it then, but I'm not interested. But I want to see that one now. Yeah, put it in the mix.
I will say, based on what you said, I don't know if that was in the pre-podcast or before, that it's a fucking Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's
they
the real
amped it
Annabelle.
up a bit.
Teenagers would totally fuck with that. It's like,
Yeah, but it wasn't like the others. It's just an entertaining movie. It is the least best of the 3.
Yeah, this is definitely the weakest
Yeah,
one.
but it's not bad. Like
it is the weakest link.
Yeah, it totally is. It shows that James Wan didn't direct it because those others are genuinely creepy. Like, they're just creepy fucking movies. This was not. This was just an entertaining movie that flowed. So it's kind of like, I don't want to call it the Aliens of the trilogy, but I guess in that vein, to where we're not here to scare you, we're just here to entertain you, I guess,
Right.
and keep you in suspense, or keep action in your face constantly and something happening. Because this is a movie about a witch. They have a rival, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's something that me
Yeah.
and my brother were talking about. This is the first time where they introduce like a human element.
Yeah, they have a legit bad guy. Like, they have
It's
a
almost like-
Joker. Yeah.
yeah. It's almost like their dark rival.
Yeah.
Their mirror image, because she also has like fucking demon
She has the
powers.
Shining too.
I thought they were the same person in the first 15 minutes.
That's mean because one looks really like they use CGI to like fuck her up. She was
But that's why I thought he was getting visions of that fucking exorcist fucked me up. Like that's what I thought it was.
Oh.
And then when it's like, oh wait, no, it's just another spooky old white lady.
Well, that's a new thing. That's a completely new element. It's always been demons. So if you notice, they're talking about how. So to set this thing up, basically in the beginning, the climax of The Conjuring, I don't know what we call it now, JJ, because you just told me about Annabelle 3.
2.75?
2.75. So the beginning of that, there's the boyfriend of the little boy who's possessed. Captain Save Demon, I guess, or whatever.
Not the boyfriend of the little boy that's possessed.
No. The boyfriend of the sister of the little kid that's possessed. Yeah, because you would not feel any sympathy from that.
Hand me Jess's candy.
Oh.
Candy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take her stuff.
Yeah,
I'll think it's something in there. But yeah, no. That guy decides I'm gonna save this kid and tell the demon to get in me. Like, leave the kid alone, pick on somebody own size, I guess. And so that happens, which sets up the movie. And when that happens, good old
Warren?
Ed
the
Warren.
Warren guy?
yeah,
Ed Warren.
Ed Warren. The demon gives him a heart attack.
Right,
This
yeah.
demon
And
don't
he's the
fuck
only one
around.
that heard.
He hasn't been dying the last 3 movies.
No.
No. This is a
No,
new
he is.
development.
He is.
All the time.
He's
Really?
in danger of dying.
All the time.
But it's never like.
But he never actually has a massive heart attack, though.
No, because remember in the first one, he gets possessed and the demon almost like slits his throat.
I remember that.
Right, he's always
Yeah.
in physical danger, like, or the demons always put him in danger.
Yeah.
But this is like the possession doesn't last throughout the whole movie. This heart attack,
That
and
lasts-
this heart condition,
that's permanent.
lasts
Yeah.
throughout the whole movie
His life.
and life.
Like, the demon legit says, I'm gonna stop your heart, old man, and
Yeah.
and it does.
Yeah, it's like starts giving him a heart attack.
So it got personal. But this isn't a demon, Marco, to go back to your thing. The other two movies, demons. Terrorizing a family, doing ghostly shit, all that. This, not a demon. What is this? A curse. It's the first time they've ever had a curse.
A curse that summons a demon.
True, but somebody had to summon the demon, and it's a human person.
We didn't watch that
The
movie.
movie was terrible.
And the Warrens aren't in that one.
No,
It takes place in the same universe, but the Warrens aren't
ones
in
aren't
it.
in there.
It's the Incredible Hulk of
Yeah,
the
basically.
Conjuring Universe.
Basically, but this is a curse, which means someone had to summon the curse, as Kat mentioned, and that's their dark rival, who is the scariest bitch I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, she looks like she hasn't eaten in years, and she's completely running on demon fuel.
Dude, I actually thought she was really cool. I don't know why, but it was
You
just
rooted for her?
I didn't root for her because she's
Okay.
obviously the bad guy.
Right.
But it was like
She's literally the bride of Satan.
she's making Satanism cool.
I mean, if you can deliver on the promise, I guess you make Satan, yeah, I
So that was
suppose.
one of my
because-
biggest problems.
Okay. Yeah, what did you think of this, Kat?
I hated this movie.
Oh, God.
I hated it
Okay.
because I'm such a big Conjuring fan. It had nothing to do with the devil.
No.
Not really.
I mean,
Those are
Where was the devil?
There's a pentagram in there, I think, somewhere.
But that's witches.
Yeah, it was real witchy.
but that's
And witches is a completely different thing from Satanism.
Subverting expectation, Kat.
Like, those are completely different things. Being a witch is completely different than worshiping Satan.
They can do both, Kat.
They can.
Yeah.
But, like, you're, like, mushing them all together, and it's not really fair. But also, like, where was the devil? Like, the title says, the devil made me do it. Where was... The witch made me do it.
It's catchy.
It's
The witch made me do it.
It's from the real life tagline that they play at the end, where the interviewer is like,
Right.
anyone
Yeah.
can just say, the devil made me do it.
Yeah, I think it was Dan
I mean-
Rather.
There you go.
this case, because I'm familiar with it, started the Satanic Panic in the 80s. That's what
Really?
I
This
know.
was the case
This
Yeah.
that
is
did it.
the start of...
Holy shit, now that I didn't know.
Yeah, that's all I knew about it. That's I was like, oh, so my knowledge of the paranormal is crossing over with this.
So you knew about this way before this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
And then they started blaming D&D, and Tom Hanks was in a shitty TV movie about how D&D makes you see demons and shit.
Oh, wow.
Remember, Tom Hanks was in a lot of weird things.
Bosom Buddies was a little, would not be great today. I don't think it would hold up very.
hey, but they're remaking Turner and Hooch.
With Josh Peck. Josh Peck. He's doing better than Drake Bell.
Recently, I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 point, Josh.
I mean, he also lost.
I also found this movie very predictable.
Really?
Because I am.
Well, they all are.
Maybe you're the psychic.
I'm really big into crime shows, and I also really enjoy like scary movies. I really like scary movies, and it's been really like The Conjuring was one of the first scary movies to actually scare me in a very long time. Because I mean, I took a whole class about scary movies.
Fun.
It was great.
Right? But see, like, everybody talks about this new kind of golden age of horror movies with, Jordan Peele and the dude who made Midsommar and Hereditary. But, like, I think The Conjuring kicked off this whole kind of new, if you want to call it a golden era. It's good horror movies out there.
Not to give too much of a shout out to a local boy, but I think Sinister was probably the...
Yeah. Oh, Scott Derrickson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. I'm a big Doctor Strange fan. So, yeah, shout out to the...
I also hate happy endings.
Oh, well, in that case, she was rooting for the Satanists.
So you did want to die.
Well, if she was
wanted
rooting
the
for the
ones to
Satanists,
die.
that did come with a bad ending.
Well,
Yeah.
not just that, like the way like they've ended them before has always like left one of them in danger. So like there's reason to watch the next one. This one was just like happy butterflies. Look
the end
at
of
how,
the trilogy.
Like, the end. Oh.
It's all over, You'll never see another.
I mean-
I don't think they had any more adventures, right?
They
Well,
had like
actually,
so
the
many
first-
things
I know
in
they
there.
did.
The first
so-
Conjuring, I
We
think,
got-
is based off of one of their like C-tier stories.
Yeah, the original
and then
is.
it wasn't until 2 and this one where they're like, all right, let's bring out the A-lister stories. The
they got
reason
one
the
more.
Warrens got into the media.
It's one
But
more
I
that's
care
pretty
more
good.
about the ones that aren't as famous. Like tell
Right,
us
yeah.
those cool stories.
And they completely glossed over the Amityville. They
That was-
investigated the Amityville horror.
It's got to be the next one, right? Like, do they have the rights?
It was in 2.
Oh, but
it was the beginning of 2.
Oh, it was prequel. Let's go. Will they make it? I don't know.
Well, I think now we get to the point where we run down the plot a little bit. I mean, we talked about the opening. It's like they saved the child.
Save the child.
Right.
Demon gets passed to the sister's
Arnie.
boyfriend, Arnie.
Right, yeah.
Who, to be
And-
fair, I don't know the actor who plays him. He's actually a very likable guy.
He was.
He really was. He was a pleasant guy, and you root
felt
for
kinda
Arnie.
bad for him.
You
feel
do.
bad.
You do. He kills someone, but you do feel like people around him, are like,
They're just like
it's a nice, he's a nice guy. They still stick around him and still support him, and they totally believe this because apparently this demon really did this shit and went into the kid. That's all debatable. There's no video to this. It's recordings.
there are creepy recordings.
I think,
that's
I think the
Lawrence had
recordings are
plenty
them
of.
trying to exercise shit or something. But he
Yeah.
killed his landlord. The thing that would.
I thought it was
Yeah.
the whole family.
No, just
Nah,
one
just the
guy.
landlord.
It's the landlord. Okay.
I thought it was weird that he hangs out with his landlord. That was my only.
Yeah,
weird.
I think the landlord lives there too. No.
Is that what it was? I don't know what
Perhaps.
the reality is.
It's in the Northeast. We don't really know these things.
This is true.
Connecticut was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Connecticut.
do weird shit. In
yeah,
Connecticut.
they're weird up there.
Yeah.
And then like next to Maine, next to Stephen King land.
Oh, come on. Talented author, but Stephen King. Yeah.
I mean, it's for it being such a big element in horror movies. I've never really hung out at a basement.
Are they legal in Texas?
Yes, we don't have them here because you can't go that far into
Texas
the ground.
caliche is really hard to dig into.
Gotcha.
We have them in Lubbock.
I don't know how they dig into that in Lubbock.
I don't want a basement though. I've had an attic and those are creepy.
The fact that there are tornadoes is the reason why you have basements. In
That makes sense.
Got
It's
it.
a lot in Lubbock, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random spin-off. Would you rather fight a monster in a basement or the attic?
Attic, I can jump
Or
out the
have a
window.
llama.
A lot of disadvantages to fighting in a basement. Number one, fighting in a fucking basement.
She said an option was a llama in the living room. I'm going with that. I'll go with the llama. Yeah.
I mean, he brought up a great point about fighting in a basement. I thought you had more room in the basement than the attic.
Is it Fight Club? Is it Monster Fight Club? Great movie plot.
It also depends on what kind of attic you have. Like if it's like the 30 Days of Night kind of attic where like you can actually stand up in it.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
It's not a crawl space kind of attic.
Yeah. I have a bad back, so. Shit, these are terrible options.
And them demons are wiry.
They are. They can bend all kinds of ways, as you saw.
So
with
it
the
looked
kid,
really cool in the first 15
Good
minutes.
effects,
Yeah.
Then I learned that's like their main trick, and they do it over and over again.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very, very by the book of what they were mandated to put in a Conjuring movie.
It felt like a cash grab.
It kind of feels like James Wan was like steering the helm and was the driving force behind the first two, and the studio wanted a third one, and he's like, nah, dude, I'm done.
Yeah. And they just got a competent director to come in and do the playbook, like you said. This is what you got, because this story had to be told. It's just not that interesting, which is why they didn't start off with it, with this whole trilogy. It was the one that got the Warrens put on the map, and it's kind of what they're known for. So it had to come at some point. So why not number 3 where we ran out of ideas and we'll just have a good formula, keep it moving. It's like, what, 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, something like that.
What, this movie?
Yeah. Which is where it should be. Like it's right where it should be.
A good 60%.
Yeah, it's the least best one of the 3. But it had to be told. They did it competently, which is all you can say. And
there's nothing overtly, like, bad about it.
I saw it once. I could not see it again and be perfectly fine. You know, I would like to see the other 2 again after watching this one.
Yeah, I was telling my brother that too. Like, I kind of want to go back and watch the other 2.
Yeah.
All right.
But to rate The Conjuring, back to that, I give it a solid. It's a 60%. 65. I'll give it 65.
No. To be nice, in the nicety of my heart, and since I'm a teacher, I'll give it a good old 60. It's failing.
That's like the same rate.
No, it's failing. but it's not like that bad of a failure.
Right.
But you're still failing.
Well, we're going Texas grading route. I give it a 70. I have to, because it's past. It's a C. It's a good C.
Hey, that is exactly what I'm talking about.
That's how I graduated.
C's get degrees.
There you go.
So I didn't know we would go into final thoughts so fast, because we usually run through the movie a little bit. I mean,
it's because the Warrens.
that was the movie.
I know this is new to you, Marco, but like we've covered it, man. Like that's pretty much it. Yeah,
I think the problem with this one is that the Warrens, in real life, the Warrens weren't very involved. Like,
no,
there wasn't much for them to do. They're not fucking lawyers.
A lot of this is super exaggerated.
Yeah.
that's why they
all
had
are.
to.
Yeah.
Even in part 2, when part 2 came out, there were people that were involved with the case that were like, they showed up for like a day and they didn't, but they stretched it out and they made an interesting, compelling horror movie about it.
Yeah.
This one, like, what can you really do? Because the kid's in jail the whole time,
and that's exactly how it plays out. It's just like they're just padding time in between talking about the story with
for
the kid
the quick
in jail.
synopsis. The demon jumps out of the kid, goes into the fiance, I guess.
Yeah.
The fiance of the sister. The only one that heard him say that, like, hey, possess me was Ed Warren.
Who was going through a heart attack.
Yeah, so he can't talk or anything. He can't spill the beans.
Right.
Not until he comes to, but by the time he comes to, it's too late, and Arnie kills his landlord. Then after that, he's pretty much in jail. Like
the whole movie,
you still see him and you know other characters talk to him, but since by sheer virtue of the fact that he's in the pen, the Warrens can't get to him.
So that's when you have like side missions.
Helped another detective figure out another case.
Right, because it also involves a witch, and then spoiler alerts. There's
same witch.
Right,
witches now instead of devils, so you know it's fine.
And
piss a cat off.
That's pretty much
like
the
that.
movie. The rest of the movie is the Warrens hunting down the witch and the witch hunting down the Warrens.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you guys. It's a competent movie, competently directed, competently acted. It doesn't live up to the expectations of the other two, but I mean, overall, it's not a terrible movie.
Right.
So I'm also at like a 60 or a 6, like whatever rating
6
scale
out
we
of
had.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's above average,
Right.
but not by much. Yeah, that's what it is. Competent. Marco,
give
as
it?
someone who has never seen one of these before and picked, again, probably the worst choice to start it off with, what'd you think?
It's passable. That's about it. This is my
you're the same.
Yeah, this is my least favorite of the horror genre. Like
Ghost movies?
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Ghost,
So what's
crime movies.
I mean, ghost crime movies shouldn't exist, and
I'm
this
all
is,
I mean, I'm all for a show called Ghost Crimes.
yeah? Oh, that's coming to Travel Channel.
but this show is, I mean, this movie for 30 minutes is just a straight crime drama. Like
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we need to find out why this daughter died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, we have to find where these totems came from. And it's just a mystery that keeps going until it leads up to a witch and an altar that you have to destroy.
And I don't understand how she lost. She could turn into mist. Like the father was about to kill her.
Yeah.
It's like mist.
Yeah, she can apparently do the Luke Skywalker thing. Which it's up here somewhere.
That's some Naruto
Force
trick.
ghost itself.
While I was watching it with my roommate, I was like, "Oh man, the Warrens are like 2 under level to take on this pup.
Yeah.
That's
They
like
can't do that. Yeah.
that's like a level 90 warlock, and they're pushing like level 60 tops.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real underdog story. Like it's like, oh no, she's on a whole nother level.
She turned a man with like a fucking bum ticker into a goddamn berserker at the
A zombie. Oh yeah, no, and she's an actual zombie. She made an actual zombie. JJ, who died immediately when the connection was broken again. It's like, okay, yeah, the Warrens can't do that shit. So how you gonna beat they defeat her? The demon defeats her rather.
It's probably super fucking telling that. So we're about to end this podcast.
Right.
We've spent more time talking about movies that like this reminded of us and was better than we have about this actual movie.
I'm telling you, like it seems like I tried to wrap this up quickly. That's it. Like
There was
it's just a decent
nothing
movie.
else.
Yeah. Like if you are absolutely bored and you're like, I don't want to see a shitty movie. And you just want to hedge your bets. This is it. Do that.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
is a good,
bad.
safe movie
Yeah,
to
it's
watch.
safe as fuck.
Yeah.
And
And like I said, even if someone's not a fan of horror movies or they're a complete wimp and they don't,
ain't really
they're just
bad.
like, it's
Yeah.
not bad. Like
Yeah.
this is more of a
Jess could watch it.
No, she falls asleep. That being said, I give the
Accurate.
movie the same rating as every all.
Yeah.
6. It's just
a little above
this movie
average.
should thank its lucky stars COVID happened because it would get completely wiped in a summer blockbuster.
Oh yeah. it
oh
would.
yeah, it
Yeah.
would totally. And to be fair, that a lot of these HBO Max movies are that way. Minus, of course, like Godzilla.
I'm starting to see why WB like signed that deal. They're like,
Smart deal. I feel like they should keep it going with movies like this, to where it's like, is this really gonna make us a
do
lot
we
of
really
money?
want to like?
No, but it might get us some
theaters?
subscribers. Yeah, let's do that then. It'll
And
just-
subscribers get you more money.
yeah, but it's still got #1 in this post-pandemic box office. So that little thing's working. Keep doing it. Like I guess. Release it in theaters and release it on HBO Max. I love HBO Max now. Like I can't give it up. I love it more than Netflix.